Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Kylie Playground, home of Lynn Little League, for an elimination game in this 2018 Lynn City Little League Series. And this is phase two of these two teams. Wyoma taking on East Lynn. These two teams started the tournament just about a week ago. Wyoma defeated East Lynn 6-1. This will be East Lynn's second game. Wyoma in the losers bracket, in the winners bracket, lost to West Lynn. Pine Hill is the lone remaining undefeated team. They have to win one more game to win the Lynn City Series championship. This is Braden London, the shortstop, leading off for East Lynn. Lynn was looking for 3 in a row to retire the trophy. Now they were eliminated early. Strikeout and throw out, and that's fairly new. It used to be you strike out, you're out. Now they have to throw them out if they don't handle a pitch. Jackson Story, the center fielder, bats second. Carlos De La Rosa, the first baseman, hits third. Pitching and batting fourth, Josh Jimenez. The catcher, Michael Phelps, bats fifth. Batting sixth and playing third base, Wilfredo Perez. The right fielder, Gabriel Rojas, bats seventh. Jariel Benzin, the second baseman, hits eighth. And Cassius Aline, the left fielder, or Elaine, bats number 9 for East Lynn. Story hitting from the left side. Joe Maggs on the mound for Wyoma. Swing and a miss. And he tagged him this time. He was going to have to throw it, but Story started to go to the dugout and then started to run. They tag him out, so 2 quick strikeouts. Carlos De La Rosa, the first baseman. He's a big boy. And one goes to the backstop. And you might even be able to hear a couple of wild pitches if they throw it. They've been banging wild pitches off the backboard. And there's a sign on the board that says Lynn Little League, and it's made of tin. And when it hits, it sounds like gunshots in the neighborhood. Line shot by the third baseman into left field. Solid shot by De La Rosa, gets the first hit of the ball game. Josh Jimenez, the pitcher, is the hitter. Nice stop by the catcher, Elijah Wallace. High for ball 2. Nice stop again by Wallace and a pitch in the dirt, and it's 3-0. And on 4 pitches, a man's walk extends the inning a little longer. Two on, 2 out. So after 2 quick strikeouts, a hit and a walk, Michael Phelps, the catcher, will be the hitter. Swing and a miss. High for a ball. Two on, two out here in the top of the first. That one goes to the backstop. That'll move the runners up. And puts two in scoring position and takes off the force out at any base for Wyoma. Ground ball now has to go to first. Swing and a miss, so he strikes out the side. Joe Maggs, he gives up a hit and a walk, but gets out of it. Leaves runners at second and third. And we'll move into the bottom half of the first, and Wyoma will get a chance to get on the board first. Justin Jennings, the center fielder, leads off. First baseman Chris Marks bats second. Pitching and batting third, Joel Maggs. The shortstop, Andrew Potter, hits number 4. Playing second base and batting fifth is the other half of the Marks family, Nick Marks. Catching and batting sixth, Elijah Wallace. The third baseman, Matt Cote, who hit number 7. Playing left field and batting eighth, Kyle McKenna. And the right fielder, Nate Catone, will hit number 9. Coach Phelps for East Lynn, Coach Marks for Wyoma. And we've already had a first in this in many, many years in this tournament. For Pine Hill, we had a young lady start in left field. These are the teams that won the leagues, 5 different leagues in the city. It used to be 7. West Lynn had 2 teams. Central had a team. After initially starting with 2, East Lynn and West Lynn. 1951. I remember it specifically because I played. I was just old enough to play the first year of Little League in the city of Lynn. So for 67 years there have been a city champion crowned. The first year it was just East Lynn and West Lynn, and they played a game for the Jimmy Fund under the lights at Frazier Field. And that was the same year that East Lynn almost made it to the World Series. They got to Connecticut. They were 1 game away from going to Williamsport, and they lost. So Justin Jennings will step in. Against Josh Jimenez.
Now batting, number 3, Justin Jennings.
Go, Justin!
Squares the bunt, takes the pitch for a strike. Swing and a miss. Out in front of that one a little bit. East Lynn are the Mets. Wyoma are the Athletics. That one bounced the home plate. Jennings is the center fielder for Wyoma. Machine low and inside. The count evens at 2. Missing again. So he had Jennings in a hole. Now he's got to come in with a pitch or put him on. Strike 3 called.
Now batting, number 13, Chris Marks.
Chris Marks, the first baseman, will be the hitter. Down and away for a ball. Missing down and away again. The little soft shoe dance to get out of the way of that one down around his ankles. Missing again. It's 3-0. As you would expect, taking all the way, the pitch is in for a strike, 3-1. And that's ball 4. So Marks draws a walk. Joel Maggs, the pitcher, will be the hitter. They get the play at second base. Nice play by Brandon London, the shortstop. He went behind the bag, actually collided with the second baseman, and on the ground reached over and touched second base for the force out. So Marks is forced at second. Maggs will become the runner. Hit to third. Safe at second base. So they try to go to second on the play. The force out didn't work. Andrew Potter reached on the fielder's choice. This is the other half of the Marks family. They take the pitch. They fake the bunt. The runners, one runner went. Maggs stole third. So first and third with 2 outs. Missing for a ball. In for a strike. In for a strike again. We got our first deuce as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Strike 3 called. So he started with a strikeout, ends with a strikeout. Both teams leave 2 on base. That nice play by the shortstop, London, helped the pitcher, Jimenez, get out of a little bit of a difficult jam. So we're right back when we started. We were dead even when we started. We're dead even after 1. Wyoma nothing, Eastland nothing after 1 inning. Wilfredo Perez will lead off the second inning. Takes the pitch wide for a ball. Hit foul off the backstop. High for a ball. It's 2-1. Hit to third. Big hop for the third baseman. Easy play. Matt Cote throws Perez out. Third baseman, love those big hops. Bounce right, belt high. Low for a ball. Gabriel Rojas, the right fielder, is the hitter. High and tight for a ball. Swing and a miss. And swing and a miss again. That was up and in for a ball. The count goes full. And that's a swing and a miss for strike three. Four strikeouts for Mags. Javier Benson is the hitter. And one bounces inside for a ball. Wide for a ball, 2-0. Up and away for a ball. And that's ball four. Cassius Aline, the left fielder, takes the pitch for a strike. Right to the first baseman. Hit it pretty well. Hit it right to Chris Marks, so the walk doesn't hurt. Eastland leaves another base runner in the second inning. Mags picked up his fourth strikeout. And once again, Wyoma will look to be the first team on the board. They'll have 6, 7, and 8. Elijah Wallace, Matt Cote, and Kyle McKenna, the three hitters, to face Josh Jimenez, who will be starting his second inning of work. We're here at Kylie, home of Lynn Shore, because they were, actually the last 2 years they won it. They were looking for 3 in a row this year, and they were eliminated. So we'll have a new champion in 2018. And right now, Pine Hill is in the driver's seat, being the only undefeated team, having to win one game. They're sitting back, saving all their pitching, waiting for somebody to come out of the loser's bracket. The winner of this game will be right back here tomorrow, taking on West Lynn. And the winner of that one will have to beat Pine Hill twice. So the winner of today's game would have to win 4 in a row. And I don't know how many teams have pitching enough for that. They've done a nice job down here at Lynn Shore. They got some help from the city and Babe Ruth, John Kasayam, when he was the president of Babe Ruth, along with Jimmy Belleville and some of the city workers, came down and did a lot of work on this field, I think a couple of years ago. Did a very nice job. They got the dugouts and the cages. A nice playground behind it with a concession stand, the building down behind right field. Elijah Wallace, the catcher, is the hitter. Hit to third. Out at first base. Nice play by Wilfredo Perez, the third baseman. Just nipped Wallace. Long throw across the diamond. He was near the third base bag. Matt Cote, or Cody, I'll say it both ways. Hope I get it right once. Two and 0 the count to the Wyoma third baseman. Swing and a miss. Hit slowly to short. The arrow is going to allow Cody to reach.
Now batting, number 11, Kyle McKenna.
Kyle McKenna, the left fielder, is the hitter. Two quick strikes. Hit in the air to the second baseman. Jariel Benson getting the pop-up. Cote drifted off the bag a little bit, but hustled back. So 2 outs. Nate Catone, the right fielder, is the hitter. Hits it back to the mound, bobbled, but a good strong throw by the pitcher Jimenez to the first baseman De La Rosa. Looked like he might reach on the error. Good strong throw by Jimenez, got him out by a step or two. So again, dead even. We played 2 here at Kylie Park in this elimination game. Wyoma nothing, East Lynn nothing. Top of the order for East Lynn. Braden London leads off. He struck out, had to be thrown out at first base leading off the ball game. Wyoma's put their 3 subs in the game, 3 in the outfield. Jake Desmond is in left field, Jimmy Jennings in center field, and Will Potter is in right field. Foul tip off the catcher. It got knocked the catcher's glove off. They're checking to make sure he's okay. Missing again. He had 2 strikes, now it's 2-2. The good thing is the sun has gone down. The tough part, hit on the ground to second base. They get him by a step. Boy, he flew down the line. He's running all the way out to the concession stand. London was really hustling down the line.
Jackson Sturry.
Nick Marks to Chris Marks. The Marks family combines for the out. Close play at first, but they get him. Jackson Story struck out swinging. Out here in the outfield, the sun is behind home plate. When we first started, we were looking right into the sun. It was really difficult. And now the sun is kind of slid behind a cloud, and it's nice. As I say that, the sun starts to pop out again. High for ball, 1-1 to the East Lynn center fielder. That one bounced to the backstop. 2-1 the count. Missed that one. Evens the count at 2. Wide for a ball. The count goes full. And that's ball 4. Third walk given up by Mags, 1 in each inning. Carlos De La Rosa lined a shot right by the third base bag for a base hit. Hit the second. They get 1. They got 2. The umpire he called him out. Then he gave kind of a safe set. I thought maybe he was changing his mind, but what a nice turn in the middle by the shortstop Potter. The feed from Marks to Potter to Marks. Eastland is questioning it, but I don't know. Four to 6 to 3, the double play. A very nice turn in the middle by Potter. So the walk doesn't hurt. With the walk, they only face 3 hitters. And it'll be the same for Wyoma in the bottom of the third. They'll have the top of the order up. Anthony Ropa will be the new left fielder. Lynn, the left fielder, will go to center field. Julius Soto will be the new second baseman. Lynn Thomas is the new third baseman. So they take care of their subs. In for a strike. Justin Jennings was called out on strikes, leading off the bottom of the first. Quickly, little laser beam thrown by Jimenez.
Now batting number 13, Chris Marks.
Chris Marks threw a walk his first trip. I believe that was Jimmy Jennings, who the last one. It wasn't Justin Jennings. Jimmy Jennings went into play center field in place of Justin Jennings. Foul tip. 1-2 the count. Marks has made a couple of nice plays at second base, helping to turn that 4-6-3 double play with one. Count evens at 2. Solid shot into center field for a base hit. He's on for the second time.
Now batting number 8, Joel Marks.
Joe Maggs reached center fielder's choice. Takes the pitch for a strike. To the backstop is going to move the runner up. So a runner in scoring position for Wyoma, and that brings a trip out to the mound. I should mention that I mentioned the third baseman, Lynn Thomas, coming in the ball game. He's my next door neighbor. His father, very good athlete at Lynn Tech. So this is pitcher against pitcher right now. High and tight for a ball. In for a strike. Evens the count at 2. It was very, very hot, humid all day. It's kind of cooled off. It's comfortable here at the ballpark right now. Chases that pitch for strike 3. 2-away in the third. Andrew Potter reached in the fielder's choice. He hit the ball to third base. They tried to get a force at second, and they were late. hit to third. Nice play by Lynn Thomas. Good strong throw. So the hit is left at second base. The beat goes on here at Kylie Park. In this elimination game, still everybody dead even. Wyoma nothing, Eastland nothing at the end of 3. The pitcher, Josh Jimenez, is the first hitter. He drew a walk his one trip. Solid shot into right center field for a base hit. Takes a wide turn, hustles back to first. So Jimenez has got the second hit. And Eastland's the first team to get the leadoff hitter on base. Michael Phelps, the catcher, struck out swinging. Takes the pitch for a strike. High for a ball. Up and away for a ball. 2 on the count. To the Eastland Mets catcher. Fouls that one to the backstop. Chased that pitch that was up and away. 2-2 the count. I thought it was 2-2, the board said. I thought it was. That's strike 3. So that's the first out.
Number 6, Lynn Thomas.
This is Lynn Thomas who went in to play third base. Chased that pitch that was high over his head, strikes out. So it looked promising with the leadoff single, but the next 2 have gone down swinging. Up and away for a ball. This is Gabriel Rojas, who struck out his first time. High for a ball. And again, we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Down and in. The count goes full. Strike 3 call, so he gives up the leadoff single and strikes out the side. 7 strikeouts in 3 innings for Mags. Second time he struck out the side, did it in the first inning. Still nothing to choose. Still 0-0. We go into the bottom of the 4th. Nick Marks, Elijah Wallace, Matt Cote, the 3 hitters for Wyoma. to face Josh Jimenez, who will start his fourth inning of work. Again, this is the 2018 Lynn City Series. These teams are winners in their respective leagues, the 5 leagues in the city. And they play the double elimination tournament to come up with a city champion. And again, in the driver's seat is Pine Hill. They drew a bye virtually in their first game. Lynn Shore, the defending champion, host of the tournament, forfeited the first game of the tournament. Players couldn't show up. And that made it easy for Pine Hill. They only had to play one game to get into the final. And they knocked off West Lynn 5-4. Now they're sitting back, resting their pitching staff, and waiting to see who comes out of the 3 teams left. The 2 teams playing here today, and West Lynn will play the winner of this game tomorrow. And after all that settles down, the final team coming out of the losers bracket will have to beat Pine Hill twice. So Pine Hill is certainly in the driver's seat. West Lynn has it a little bit easier than either one of these 2 teams. These teams, like the winner of this game, has to play today, tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday to win the tournament. That's 4 consecutive days. No one team in the league has that much pitching. Maybe not even the All-Star teams. Nick Marks was called on the strikes his 1 trip. Gets the bunt down. They're not going to get him. It's a base hit. Perfect bunt. Nick Marks with a perfect bunt. Second hit. Both teams have got 2 hits. Both teams get the leadoff hitter on in the 4th. Elijah Wallace, the catcher, grounded out 3rd to 1st. Off the catcher's glove, the pass ball will move the runner down. So Wyoma has the first run of the ball game, possibly in scoring position, with nobody out. They get the bunt down. It's another perfect one. It's another base hit. Wyoma going small ball. Let's see if they try to squeeze the run in. Matt Cote reached on an error. So Wyoma 60 feet away from grabbing a lead. They let Wallace go to second base. So it's 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. They had 2nd and 3rd in the first, but it was with 2 outs. Just a little love tap. That's not a bunt, it's a swinging bunt. It winds up with, if you put the 3 hits together, they don't make it from home plate to third base. But they're 3 consecutive hits and it loads the bases. I'm not sure what they're doing here. I think they're batting out of order. They had, McKenna was the left fielder. He moved to center field. Jake Desmond went in to play left field. And now Jake Desmond is hitting in McKenna's spot. And McKenna is still in the game. So if they were paying attention, You wait to see what the hitter does and say, hey, they're batting out of order. So I'm not sure. I don't think they can bat McKenna in the number 2 spot, which is Story. Hit foul. And I'm wrong. I'm sorry. It was the other team that did that. All 3 outfielders, so they are batting correctly. I got the numbers confused. All of a sudden it's 3-0. So this is Jake Desmond, who went in to play left field. So 3 line shots in the box score that didn't go 3 feet away from home plate have loaded the bases. 2 quick strikes after being 3-0. Jimenez trying to come all the way back. Swings through it for strike 3. Will Potter, the right fielder, will be the hitter. Wide for a ball. Jimenez wanted that one. And now I think the umpire's coming out to talk to the pitcher and saying, knock it off. They were really a little overreacting. And he's talking about the shortstop and the pitcher. Now the coaches are going to come out and try to settle him down. And he's talking to Coach Phelps coming out of the dugout. Jimenez wanted that pitch. The shortstop, London, reacted as well. Everybody trying to console Jimenez and calm him down. In for a strike, 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. It goes to the backstop, and the run's going to score. Way up and in, went by everybody. And Wyoma gets on the board first here in the bottom of the 4th. Count evens at 2. High for ball 3. Payoff pitch up and coming. Strike 3. Two away. Jimmy Jennings, who went into play center field, is the hitter. He was up once, was called on strikes. This is Justin Jennings coming back in the game, I think. Jimmy Jennings went in for Justin, and now Justin is re-entering. He tries to bunt, and he fouls it off. So 2 consecutive bunts, and then a swinging bunt. Loaded the bases. The wild pitch brought the run home. Jimenez trying to stop the bleeding. He got 2 straight strikeouts. Swing and a miss. 0-2. He strikes out the side. Unfortunately, he threw that wild pitch. Jimenez did a great job. Bases loaded, nobody out. He gives up the run on the wild pitch. So we played 4. Wyoma has jumped out in front. They lead by a skinny run. Wyoma 1. East Lynn nothing at the end of 4. First pitch is high for a ball to Julius Soto. That pitch misses. Soto went in to play second base. 8, 9, and 1 for East Lynn here in the 5th inning. High for a ball. Goes to the backstop for ball 4. So for the second inning in a row, East Lynn gets the leadoff hitter on base. Anthony Roper is the hitter. And that hits him. So 2-1, nobody out for East Lynn. A walk and a hit batsman. Brandon London is struck out and grounded out to second base. In for a strike. London is the shortstop that the umpire came out and had a little conversation with. Hit foul to the backstop. We're in the top of the 5th. Wyoming has just scored a run on a bases loaded wild pitch to give them a 1-0 lead. Hit in the air into right center field. It's a base hit. 1 run is scoring. It's a double for London. East Lynn answers right back, ties it up, and they have second and third with nobody out. Tries the bunt and misses it. We got time as London at second base is tying his shoe. It goes to the backstop, bounces right back to the catcher. Everybody stays anchored at their bases. I believe this is Jackson's Story. High for a ball. High again. 3-1. So Eastland saw Wyoma grab a 1-0 lead. Now they come right back. A walk, a hit batsman, and a double. And now another walk. So the bases are loaded with nobody out. And Carlos De La Rosa, good hitter. And that brings Coach Marks out to talk to his pitcher. So Wyoma got a little bit of momentum scoring the run. And now they take it away, and we're going to get a change on the mound. Elijah Wallace is going to be the new pitcher.
Now pitching for Wyoma, Elijah Wallace.
Max will go to shortstop.
79 pitches in the total for the previous pitcher, Joe Max.
So Soto drew a walk. Roper got hit by a pitch. London drilled a double into right center field. Soto scoring the run. And now Story draws a walk. And the bases are loaded. So a tough situation for Elijah Wallace. I'm not sure who the catcher is. Wallace was the catcher. In the last game when Wallace was catching, Marks went behind the plate. So I think it's Chris Marks who's now catching. Swing and a miss. Three on, nobody out here in the top of the fifth. Wesleyan trying to grab their first lead. Swing and a miss again. If Eastland had their druthers, this is the hitter they'd like to have up. He rifled a base hit by third base his first time up. Hit it hard the second time, but it turned into a 4-6-3 double play. He's that one a mile high and out of play. Off to the right side. Hits it foul again over the backstop. Popped up, in for a base hit. Everybody had to wait to see if the ball would be caught. Just a dump right beyond the reach of the second baseman, Nick Marks. De La Rosa's got his second hit. East Lynn's got their second run. And the bases are still loaded. Josh Jimenez can help himself here. He's walked and singled. So he's been on base twice. Hit in a right field for a base hit. Out at the plate. The base hit by Jimenez will get him an RBI. A nice relay by the second baseman, Marks. Got the ball home. They made the tag at the plate. So there's one away, first and third for Michael Phelps. So the first hit by De La Rosa was just a little pop just beyond the reach of the second baseman. Jimenez hit a rope in the right field for a base hit. So second and third as Jimenez takes off for second base. In for a strike. So the walk and the hit batsman have both scored. Swing and a miss. Chase that high pitch. Down and away for a ball. Fishing for a ball. Count goes full. Hit foul out of play over the Wyoma dugout. Hit foul off to the right side. We'll do it again at 3-2. Hit off the pitcher's glove. Safe at first. The infield hit by Phelps. He beat out the hit off the pitcher's glove. So it's an RBI. Coach Marks is coming out and talking to the base umpire. Ask him if he'll check with the plate umpire. Safe at first. Still only one out. Hit foul tip into the catcher's glove. This is Wilfredo Perez. who's re-entering. Limber Thomas went into play third. Swing and a miss. He grounded out third to first. There's one trip. High and tight for a ball. So Wyoma got a little momentum scoring the first run of the game, taking a 1-0 lead at the end of 4. East Lynn going at it here. They hit the ball to first base, but that's going to be another run. Missing down and away. 9th hitter in the inning. Danny Rojas, he struck out twice. Two on the count. High again. Hit foul back and out of play, and the count goes full. It's been a long inning. This is the 9th hitter. And that's ball 4. 3 walks and a hit batsman in the inning. And Jariel Benson will re-enter. He walked his first trip. Julius Soto started this inning with a walk in this spot. Hit foul to the backstop. Second and third now with 2 outs. This is a turnaround from the first game. One would beat Eastland 6-1. Opening the tournament. And now Eastland trying to turn the tables. They're leading 5-1 here in the top of the 5th. High for a ball. Missing inside for a ball. Count goes full again. Hit near center field for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score. Missing inside for a ball. This is Anthony Roper. He got hit by a pitch and scored a run. He's the 11th hitter in the inning. Coach Marks out to talk to his pitcher. Mentioned before, Coach Marks, part of that outstanding Marks family who have had a huge impact on the city of Lynn in many, many ways. They're one of those great families in the city of Lynn, athletically, politically, education-wise, coaching-wise. Wide for a ball. Three won the count. Waves at that pitch, and again the count goes full. They finally get out of the inning. Not before 11 people go to the plate. 7 of them score. Five base hits. A hit batsman was big. 3 walks. And that 1-0 lead that Wyoma was celebrating a little short time ago very quickly evaporated as Eastland has now grabbed a 7-1 lead going into the bottom of the 5th. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 for Wyoma, and they've got a large hole to dig themselves out of. Jimenez will start his 5th inning of work. He's in line to get in under that. I think it's 85 pitches. I believe it's 85. He's at 62 right now. So Wyoma loaded the bases. Jimenez almost got out of it. He struck out the side, but he threw a big wild pitch to give Wyoma the lead at 1-0. But then a couple of gifts, a walk and a hit batsman to start the inning, but then hits, a double by London, a hit by De La Rosa, a hit by Jimenez, an infield hit by Phelps, a ground out to the first baseman by Perez for an RBI, and then a base hit by Jerry L. Benson for 2 RBI, and all of a sudden that 1-0 lead was a 7-1 deficit. Chris Marks will lead it off. He has walked and singled in 2 trips. Hit off the third baseman's glove. Marks will reach on the error. Second error. Hit in the right field for a base hit. They had him at third base, and the throw got away. So Mash gets a base hit. Second error in the inning. Andrew Potter reached in the fielder's choice, grounded out third to first. They had a good Marks trying to go to third. He was a dead duck, but the third baseman couldn't handle the throw and off his glove, and Marks just kept going and scored. Maggs wound up at second base. Wyoma trying to come back. Hit in the right field for a base hit. So they get two of the runs back, East Lynn. Runner at first, nobody out for Nick Marks, who was struck out and singled. He started that inning with consecutive bunts and a swinging bunt, a little tap down the first base line that lowered the bases when they got their one run. So the Wyoma fans were kind of quiet when East Lynn got that 7-run inning. Now they picked it up a bit. Hit right off the third baseman's glove. Safe at first base. 3 errors in the inning. Unfortunately, all of them by the third baseman. So first and second with nobody out for Elijah Wallace, who's grounded out and singled. And that brings a trip out to the mound. An error, a hit, an error on the hit, an RBI single, and now another error. 3 errors in the inning. Looked like an easy play, a little soft line drive to the third baseman, bobbled it, knocked it down, and the throw was a little bit wide, pulled the first baseman off the bag. Marks able to reach, and now Wallace will try to keep it going for Wyoma. So now it'll be difficult for Jimenez to finish this game on the mound. This will be his 70th pitch. In for a strike. Bounce that one, it goes to the backstop. That'll move him up. So second and third now for Wyoma. In for a strike. 1-2 the count. To the Wyoma was the catcher. He's now the pitcher. Hit slowly to third. They don't have a play. Now they throw it away. They had a play at second base. They throw it away. They tagged the runner trying to go to third. They'll be running all over the place. So all of a sudden it's 7-5, 1 out, nobody on. Matt Cote has reached an error and singled. So Wallace got thrown out trying to go to third. You don't want to get thrown out on the base paths when you're losing. You're already in scoring position at second base. Nice tag by Thomas at third on the throw from the catcher Phelps. Another little tap out in front of the plate by Wallace. That's the fourth hit they've got that didn't go more than 3 feet out in front of home plate. Wyoma trying to come back. They've cut it to 7-5. That one hit that tin sign on the fly, as you can possibly tell. That little gunshot. High for a ball. And that's ball 4. That's only the second walk given up by Jimenez, but it allows Wyoma to bring the tying run to home plate. Kyle McKenna popped to second his one trip. Takes it for a strike. Hit foul out of play. Wide for a ball. Hit foul toward the Wyoma dugout. Phelps Lindbergh combining to throw the runner out at third is a big play, because now, without that out, if he's safe at third or if he stays at second, the tying runs would be on base now with nobody out. That one goes to the backstop. Wyoma would love to get this runner from second base in. Cut it to a run. Count goes full. And that's ball 4. So now they have the tying runs at home on base, the go-ahead run at home plate, and that's the pitch limit for Jimenez. They're going to have to make a change on the mound. So it looked like East Lynn was coasting, getting a 7-run inning, grabbing a 7-1 lead. All of a sudden, here comes Wyoma answering back. It's now 7-5. They have 2-1 with 1 out, and we'll change pitches. Chario Benzan will be the new pitcher. Matt Cutone is the hitter. Waves at the first pitch.
Now batting, number 0, Philip Peter.
Down and away for a ball. 1-1. Top of the order on deck. Chased that pitch. It was way down and away. Way out of the strike zone. Benzan got a lot of help on that pitch. High for a ball. Nice job by Phelps. Way up in the air to stop that one from going to the backstop. It goes to the backstop. They have the tying runs in scoring position. The 2-2 pitch up and coming. Hit to his first base. Second baseman makes the play. The runners will move up. Preston Jennings has struck out twice. The other Jennings, Jimmy, was the other strikeout victim hitting for him. So second and third, the tying runs in scoring position here in the fifth. Swing and a miss. Benzan trying to stop the bleeding for East Lynn. To the backstop. Sliding home with the run. Cody hesitated, then he went. And all of a sudden, the tying run is 60 feet away. Squared the bunt. The pitch was way over his head. Bunted it foul. Swing and a miss. They finally get out of the inning. So East Lynn batted 11. Wyoma comes back and bats 9. We played 5 full innings. That 7-run inning, the difference, Wyoma trying to come back, they've cut it to 1. It's 7-6, East Lynn over Wyoma at the end of 5. Top of the order for East Lynn as we start the 6th inning. Wyoma scored a run on a wild pitch with the bases loaded to grab a 1-0 lead. East Lynn put up a big 7 spot, sending 11 to the plate in the 5th inning. Had a comfortable 7-1 lead. And then Wyoma comes back, gets 3 hits, 2 walks, 3 errors. And they score 5 and they cut the lead to 7-6. So it's going to be a huge 6th inning. East Lynn would like to get a run or 2 to get some relief. Brandon London struck out, grounded out, got a big double for an RBI and scored a run in that 7-run 5th inning. This is Potter, who's the new pitcher. That bounces to home plate. In for a strike, 3-2. Potter, we saw last time he came in relief. He like short puts it. He doesn't really throw it. He just steps. All arm. He doesn't really follow through. His foot comes down, and then his arm comes behind him. Sort of like aiming it.
Get him. Yeah, come on, Wyoma, be alert.
London dancing around, trying to draw a throw. Potter, really funny motion. He pitches too often, he could wind up with arm trouble. He steals third, and the ball bounced up and hit him in the head. It went off the third baseman's glove and hit him right in the head, deflected away. Otherwise, he would have scored. He's been dancing around. He loves to run. He took off. He was way off the bag at second. He just broke for third. When he threw the ball down, it kind of shot hopped the third baseman, and it deflected right off the helmet and the head of London. Went out of bounds into foul territory, and he was unable to get up and run because he got hit squarely in him up near the head area. We hope he's going to be okay. They're letting him walk around a little bit. He's a feisty little player. He was the one the umpire had to come out and talk to. He was bouncing around, looking for strike calls for his pitcher. On the base paths, he's been bouncing all over the place, trying to draw throws. He finally drew a throw, and it wound up hitting him in the head on the deflection. So he's staying in. He's okay. We're thankful for that. Thank God for that. Jackson Story struck out, walked, and a big play. They threw him out at the plate. From Catone to Nick Marks to the catcher Chris Marks. That was in that 7-run inning. And now Story draws a walk. So back-to-back walks. 3 walks in the 5th inning hurt. They'd only walked 3, 1 apiece in the first 3 innings, Wyoma. But now they've walked 3 in the 5th. Now they walked the first 2 in the 6th. And the pitch misses for ball 1. Carlos DeRosa singled, bounced to a 4-6-3 double play. Singled in a run and scored a run in the big 5th. So he's 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Waves at that pitch. Try to golf that one. Swing and a miss. Gets him swinging. Josh Jimenez walked, singled, and singled. He's two for two, but on base 3 times, has an RBI and a run scored. That one bounces, and easily scoring is London. He just scoots home. Story moves over to third. That gives Easton a little more breathing room at 8-6. High for a ball, 3-0. And that's ball 4. Third walk in the inning. Michael Phelps has struck out twice, got an infield hit for an RBI and scored a run. So he's 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. And Potter is just kind of lobbing the ball in, trying to aim it. Not really throwing it.
Let's go, Andrew!
To the backstop, that'll be another run. So Wyoma cut it to 7-6. Eastland's got 2 in with a runner at third and 1 out. And they haven't put the ball in play in this inning. That's a strike. 3-1. Quickly 3-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3, so he comes all the way back and gets him. Two-way, Wilfredo Perez. Last time up, he hit a ground ball to first base for the out, got him an RBI. Lines it into center field for a base hit, gets another RBI. So Eastland gets in double digits. They now have 10 runs. And that's the first ball put in play in this inning. 3 walks, a few wild pitches. Gabriel Rojas struck out, walked and scored. Tap at a third. Infield hit. No way they were going to get him. Two on with 2 out. Jariel Benzin walked. Last time up, he got a base hit. and knocked in 2. Hit foul. We're going to get a pinch runner at second base. And that's Limber Thomas. To the backstop. Second and third. Hit foul past third base. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Here in the top of the 6th. And we just go back and forth. It's like a tennis match. Count goes full. And that's another walk. The bases are loaded again.
Number 13,
Cassius Aline. A little soft pop line drive to the first baseman is 1 trip. Second inning in a row. Eastland has batted around. And they bounced that one to the backstop. Runner at second almost went to third, but the runner at third didn't go. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Up and in for a ball, 3-1. That one's in for a strike. The count goes full. Bounces that one for ball 4. High for a ball. Brandon London led off this inning with a walk and scored the first run. He struck out, grounded out, doubled in a run and scored, walked and scored. 1-2 the count to the Eastland shortstop. High for a ball. And again, deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 3 on. We might have to start turning the lights on here. Even though we don't have any. Ball goes to the backstop, bounces right back to the catcher. Everybody stays where they are. Strikes him out. But East Lynn does some more damage. Wyoma closed within 7 of 6, getting 5. East Lynn answers with 4 of them. It's now 11 to 6. East Lynn, Wyoma down their last 3 outs. Here we go with the 6th inning. Wyoma needs a bundle. They're down 5. East Lynn trying to avenge the earlier loss. They get knocked into the losers bracket by Wyoma in the first game of the tournament. This was a pitcher's duel through 4. Wyoma got a run on a wild pitch with the bases loaded in the 4th inning to take a 1-0 lead. Since then, we've had 16 runs scored. East Lynn got 7 in the 5th and 4 in the 6th. Wyoma got 5 in the 5th. Hit high in the air. The shortstop playing left field. Brandon London ran all the way out in the left field and took it away from the left fielder. I can't call it a pop up to the shortstop. We told you he scoots around, boy, he can cover a lot of ground. He was all the way out to where the left fielder would normally play. And the left fielder, Lynn, was there, and he just reached over the shoulder and took it away from the left fielder and made the play. Outstanding defense by the shortstop. Hit to third, knocked down. The throw pulls the first baseman off the bag. First baseman saying he tagged him. The umpire's going to go talk to the plate umpire to see if he did. Safe at first base. And I'm going to have to learn the rules because the substitution rules. Wilfredo Perez was the starting third baseman. Limber Thomas has gone into the game to play third. He went in to run for Perez when he came back in the game. Now Perez is back in at third base. It's almost like free substitution, I guess. Goes to the backstop. Nice play by the first baseman, De La Rosa. Wyoma down to their last out. Benzian trying to save it for Jimenez. Swing and a miss. Nick Marsh has struck out, singled and scored. Reese on error and scored. So he's 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored. It's going to take longer to recap the game than it did to play it. East Lynn 1 out away from avenging that loss, and it will be the 2 original Little League teams, East Lynn, West Lynn, taking part in tomorrow's game. The first 2 franchises, way back in 1951. 2-1 the count to the Wyoma second baseman. High for a ball. 3-1. In for strike, the count goes full. Eastland 1 strike away. The payoff pitch to Nick Marks, up and coming. Strike 3 called. That's the closest we've come to a 1-2-3 inning. So Eastland avenges the loss. Wyoma got them in the opening game, 6-1. 2 big innings. It was a pitcher's battle for 4 innings, 1-0 Wyoma, but then 16 runs scored in the last 2 innings. Most of them by Eastland, and they win it 11-6. Wyoma scored on a bases-loaded wild pitch to take a 1-0 lead, and then Eastland put 7 on the board. An RBI double by London, an RBI single by De La Rosa, an RBI single by Jimenez, an RBI infield single by Phelps, a fielder's choice by Perez for an RBI, and it was 7-1. Wyoma came back and scored 5. An RBI by Wallace. They scored a couple on wild pitches and walks and errors. They made it 7-6. And then 5 walks, 2 base hits. Perez getting a base hit for an RBI. They scored 4 in the 6th inning. 2 of them on wild pitches, 1 of them on a walk, an RBI walk to Lynn. Made it 11-6. And then Benson gets out of the last inning, striking out the last batter, putting an exclamation point on the win. And they win it 11-6. Eastland, as we say, avenges the loss to Wyoma starting the tournament. And it will be Eastland and Westland, the 2 original franchises, playing in the finals of the elimination bracket. For Wyoma, Chris Marks had a walk, a single. Risto never scored a run. Joel Maggs had a base hit. On base 3 times, scored a run. Andrew Potter reached in the fielder's choice, had a base hit, knocked in a run, and scored a run. Nick Marks had a single. Risto never scored 2. Elijah Wallace had 2 singles, knocked in a run. Matt Cote had reached an error, a single, a walk, scored a run. On the other side, Brandon London made that outstanding play going out in the left field, catching that fly ball. He had a double, a walk, scored 2, knocked in a run. Jackson Story had a walk, had 2 walks, scored a run. Carlos De La Rosa had 2 base hits, scored a run, knocked in a run. Josh Jimenez, the winning pitcher, was on base 4 times, 2 walks, 2 hits, scored 2, knocked in a run. Michael Phelps had the infield hit for an RBI, knocked and scored a run. Perez had that ground out for an RBI, singled in a run, and Limber Thomas running for him scored a run. Gabriel Rojas had a walk and a single, scored a run. Benzan had a single, knocking in 2 and drew a walk. Julius Soto drew a walk and scored a run. Anthony Ropa got hit by a pitch and scored a run. And Cassius Aline drew a walk with the bases loaded to get an RBI to account for the runs. So after losing to Wyoma 6-1 in the opening game of the tournament, Eastland turns the tables and gets a big 11-6 win. They stay alive in the tournament. As I mentioned, it'll be the two original franchises, East Lynn and West Lynn, playing in the finals of the losers bracket tomorrow to see who takes on Pine Hill in the championship round. So 11-6, East Lynn over Wyoma. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.